Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to Chicago Karl. I'm Chicago Karl, and today we're going to be breaking down everything that happened on day 5 of March Madness. This was the West and East brackets facing off in their round of 32 competitions today. This was the final day for the round of 32. Everything after this is going to be Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final 4, and our championship game. I thought there was great action today, tons of good competitive teams playing. There were a couple of good upsets, couple of good teams to watch, and we're going to be breaking down everything you might have missed or wanted to just get a quick look back on. So to start, first game of the day, we saw the number 7 Oregon Ducks out of the West region come in and defeat the number 2 ranked Iowa Hawkeyes 95-80. What a triumphant win for the Ducks of Oregon. I saw something on Twitter today that said this was the first time ever that both Oregon State and Oregon had made it to the the Sweet 16 ever, and it's just crazy to think about. We reviewed that game individually. You can check that out on our channel after this video if you'd like to. Oregon, like I said, put forth a great performance in their upset win. Chris Duarte of Oregon put up 23 points, grabbed himself 7 boards, and dished out 3 assists. He was a standout guy for Oregon. He's such a good young guard that I think will have a great basketball career. For Iowa, Luka Garza, the senior, the big man, he's been the star for seems like forever there. He put up 36 points, grabbed 9 boards, dished out an assist. In his final game, it was very emotional for him, but he played well. We unfortunately incorrectly predicted this game. We predicted an Oregon loss. Instead, Oregon got the 15-point win, made Iowa look silly. Not that much defense being played here, but it was an exciting game nonetheless. Good game to open up the day with. After that, we saw Gonzaga, the number 1 seeded Bulldogs, take on the 8 seeded Oklahoma Sooners. Oklahoma Sooners fresh off of a good win against the Missouri Tigers, in which they sent the SEC team home. Gonzaga, fresh off of their huge win over Norfolk State, they come in, they slice through Oklahoma predictably like butter. They get the 87-71 win. Austin Reeves of Oklahoma played like a star today. He dished in 27 points, picked up 2 boards, dished out 2 assists for that Sooner basketball team. Drew Timme, the big man of Gonzaga, put up 30 points, managed to grab himself 13 boards and 4 assists. Gonzaga finished the first half with a score of 46-34, and that lead only widened as they won the final tally of 16-point margin. This Gonzaga team, I think, looks like, at this point in time, legitimately the best team in the tournament. I cannot wait to see what this young core does, and I think they're poised to at least make an Elite 8 run, but I hope to see a Gonzaga Final 4 game. I really do. I think that would be such an eventful game, and one for the ages. After that, we saw Abilene Christian take on UCLA. UCLA, one of the most untalked about teams in this entire tournament, but I think one of the most entertaining teams. This is a team that came in, won their play-in game against Michigan State, a good team, came in after that, managed to play against BYU, a team that a lot of people were pretty high on, managed to come in and get another win against Abilene Christian, who was red hot off of their win against Shaka's Texas Longhorns. UCLA won this with a final score 67-47. Cody Riley of UCLA was the biggest chipper in my opinion. He put up 12 points, 12 rebounds, got that double-double, dished out an assist. Abilene Christian, not much scoring, but their best all-around performance, I would say, was definitely their guard, Reggie Miller. No relation to the Pacer great. Put up 5 points, grabbed himself 8 boards, and dished out 7 assists. He was our top performer. I thought this was great. UCLA moves on to play against Alabama in the Sweet 16. After that, we had Creighton taking on the Shockers of the Ohio Bobcats out of the MAC conference. This was a Creighton win. We predicted a Creighton win, so we got our win there. As far as Creighton goes, I thought they looked like they usually did this year, to be honest. I didn't see anything too crazy for them. I thought they contributed enough, and obviously that showed. They got their 14-point victory over Ohio, a team that I'm honestly surprised made it out of the round of 64, but I mean, that's what upsets are. Dwight Wilson of Ohio pitched in with his own 12 points, 9 boards, and a steal. Christian Bishop of Creighton looked great, putting up 12 points, 15 rebounds. Yes, you heard that right, and a steal. Creighton moves on to face Gonzaga in the Sweet 16. Tune in to one of our future videos to see what we think about that game. After that, though, we see LSU taking on the Michigan Wolverines. What a game this was. This game was back and forth for the majority of its entirety until Michigan, those last 5 minutes, really just went on a big run. Eli Brooks, Henry Dickerson, whoever you want to name on that team, put forth, played out of their mind. Eli Brooks is your biggest contributor for Michigan. He put up 21 points, grabbed 4 boards, dished out 7 assists, helped the Wolverines get that 86-78 win. Javonte Smart of LSU put forth and put together one of the more underrated performances of the entire tournament so far. He put up 27 points, grabbed 9 boards, dished out 6 assists. He looked lethal, but it wasn't enough to get past Michigan. Michigan is the number ranked team in their East bracket. They go on to face Florida in a Sweet 16 matchup that should be one for the ages. After that, we have the Florida State Seminoles taking on the number 5 ranked Colorado Buffaloes. Now, if you saw our video, our recap of that Colorado-Georgetown game, you could see why we picked Colorado to win this game. We were wrong. Florida State, to my surprise, put forth a great effort. The first half of this game was all defense. Their score at the half, 24-20 in the favor of the Seminoles. After the half, though, Florida State came out with more intensity than Colorado really, I think, anticipated. They scored 47 in the half, which allowed them to get 71 total. Colorado put up 33 in the second half, which gave them a final tally of 53 points. Deshaun Schwartz of Colorado showed up, put up 13 points, 6 boards, 2 assists. They didn't get the production that I expected, at least, out of guys like McKinley Wright and Jabari Walker, who are guys that needed to step up if they wanted to beat this Florida State team. Anthony Polite of Florida State puts up 22 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. He looked amazing. Florida, like we mentioned, moves on to play Michigan in a Sweet 16 matchup that I think will be a great game. That'll really be a big test for the ACC's Florida State Seminoles. After that game, we saw an offensive shootout. We saw the Alabama Crimson Tide taking a tumultuous 96-77 win over the Maryland Terrapins. 19 points is your margin of victory here. I thought Alabama looked great, and I think they're not really talked about right now. I think Alabama is a sleeper for a Final Four, or at least an Elite 8 run. I really think that's true. Out of all the 2 seeds still left, which just include Houston and Bama, because we already know what happened. Ohio State lost to Oral Roberts, and Iowa lost today to Oregon. I think Alabama's the deadliest 2 seed. I think they're better than Houston. The real test for them, though, can they beat Michigan in an Elite 8 matchup? I don't know. I hope we can see that, because that will be probably the best game of the tournament, especially if these teams can continue to stay hot. But I rest my case. Jaden Shackelford of Alabama, the guard, he looked impressive today. 21 points, 3 boards, 3 assists for the Crimson. Aaron Wiggins of Maryland put forth a good effort, but could not get it done. He put up 27 points, 6 boards, 3 assists. Maryland does not get the win that they expected. That leaves the only Big Ten team as Michigan. Every other Big Ten team is gone. See ya. They go home. And that's what I gotta say about that. It's a little disappointing, but it is what it is. Final game. We see a big upset, one that we did not anticipate. We see a USC Trojans 85-51 stomping over the Kansas Jayhawks. The Jayhawks going into this game were ranked 3rd in their region. After this game, they're done. Obviously, they're going home. They didn't play good. Halftime, your score is 40-21. I mean, seriously, the Mobley brothers played out of their mind. My goodness, USC, what an underseeded team. USC plowed through Drake, and they just plowed through Kansas again. They're going to go on to face Oregon. I thought this game was insane. I was expecting Kansas to actually make a deep run. I thought they were a bit of a sleeper team, but I guess I was wrong. Jayhawks go home. So the Big 12, not the best day for them, but the Pac-12 still stays hot. As far as a recap of the scores today, again, Oregon wins 95-80 over Iowa. Gonzaga wins 87-71 over Oklahoma. UCLA gets a 67-47 win over Abilene Christian. Creighton gets a 72-58 win over Ohio. Michigan gets an 86-78 win over LSU. Florida State gets a 71-53 win over Colorado. Alabama gets a 96-77 win over Maryland. And USC caps off the night with an 85-51 victory over the Jayhawks of Kansas. The Sweet 16 is looking great for these two regions. We're going to see Gonzaga take on Creighton. We're going to see USC take on Oregon, a Pac-12 matchup for the ages. We're going to see Michigan take on Florida State. And we're going to see UCLA take on Bama. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram at chicagocarl.yt. Check us out on Twitter at chicagocarl. Be sure to drop a comment down below telling me what you think of the tournament so far. Continue to tune in to future videos. Have a nice day. I'm out.